Well, okay, so you said 4 MVPs if James wins it this year and 4 times if they don't win the championship, 0 for 4, okay? So losing to the Curry-Durant Warriors is like, that's what you're supposed to do. So that's 2, okay?
No, it's not.
Well,
They were up 3-2.
This is a super team. They're unbeatable. It's unfair. Durant is there. And then you go back and go, oh, they can't beat the Durant Warriors. Okay, so that's 2. One, the great what if of the last 20 years in the NBA is what if Steve Nash doesn't get hip checked, okay? Maybe that's an excuse, maybe not. That changed that series. And that leaves one more. Look, I'll say this. He definitely needs a top defensive assistant because he does not care about defense as much as offense, and you need to care about defense to win in the playoffs. So that's why they've got one in Houston. But, you know, I don't know that championship or bust, even with an MVP, is a fair way to judge him.
I could not disagree with you more. Only from this standpoint. He's
literally not anymore.
And look, I think he's got a great team. He's got a great team. He's got arguably one of the 3 best offensive players in the history of modern day basketball.
And they're the best team. They're designed best of the Western Conference teams to play the Warriors.
They're up 3-2 with a home game. Chris Paul, but he's still. But we're going to talk about James's performance and how he goes 6 for 25.
Oh, that's fair.
So my only thing is this: if the greatest coach in modern day basketball right now is Greg Popovich, and he rests his guys, and he says, I don't care if we're 1 or 8, just get me there healthy and rested, and you don't follow that same formula.
Oh, there's no question he overplays his guys in regular season.
I'm just saying. That was the question, Zach.
Their point is
that was the question.
But even if he didn't, didn't, and they lose, if James Harden plays 65 games, they're going to lose to the Warriors because the Warriors have 4 all-star level players.
But this is the thing, there's an unknown. If James Harden was a little bit rested last year, and let's just say he goes 10 for 25, those extra threes, having a little bit more juice, having a little bit more bounce when you get to the conference.
They missed 27
Tracy,
threes in a row.
Explain to me this as a person who does not play professional basketball. How much I slept on a night 2 months ago does not affect how I am doing on the show today. So how does it affect you how you played? I know that the cumulative wear and tear, but resting, 3 or 4 less minutes playing in some of these games, you really think it's going to have an effect 2 months later?
Yes.
Oh, listen, you are absolutely, you are fresh. You have fresher legs.
It's that finely tuned.
Yes.
Because for real regular people, it just doesn't work that way.
If you take 10 games in a month, right? If you take 10 games in a month and you take out 3 minutes off of each of those games, that's what? That's 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes.
Are you asking me
I'm saying, you said that's 30 minutes. That's 1 less game in a month.
That is.
That's 1 less game.
Right,
now you do that. You do that over the course of multiple months, and then in the postseason, you're talking about he could play 5 or 6 or 7 less games.
Right.
So that's the argument that he's not maximizing his team's chances to win a playoff series. But that to me is a little bit different than it's a failure if they lose to the Warriors.
The failure is more of like the final effect if you wear guys down over the course of a season.
These guys are best prepared in that series.
Yes.
But they're